Strip Club Talk, Jade and Danny. Hi, Jade.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, it's fall.
It is. It
Yes,
is.
we are in fall now. The leaves are going to start falling pretty soon. Football season is back, and Halloween is back. So
Woo!
we're going to talk a little Halloween today. But before we talk about Halloween, we're going to talk about different types of costumes that may be good for the strip clubs, things like that. If in case you're working in one, you want to find something to wear. We will talk about the goods and the bads. But before we do that, I wanted to do a little recap on last week. Last week, you and I did a show on feature performers from the
Hmm.
house girls' view, and whether or not the house girls like feature performers, whether they feel they're competition or not. And we posted that last week, and I got a lot of comments, and a lot of the comments came from feature performers that
Okay.
and I think they brought up some good ones, and I think one of the biggest things to take all the comments and put it into one little paragraph. It's like this: if you have a club that doesn't do features very often, maybe every 6 months or so,
Hmm.
then you as management and you as ownership need to educate your entertainers on what it's going to be like. You need to fill them in on it because it does appear to people that are not familiar with doing features on a regular basis, it appears like they're coming in to take your money. And then you get a big negative attitude throughout the whole
Hmm.
club. Now, if you're one of these kind of clubs, like I know some clubs, they do features one a month, some clubs do features one a week. Those entertainers know what's going on, and they know how to work it, and they know how to make money. So you've worked in different clubs that have had features and different. Do you notice that the new girls, the ones that have never seen a feature, those are the ones that are the most concerned about features taking their money?
Sometimes, but I also do feel like girls who are seasoned can also feel the same way. But I think a lot of times it's because, like you said, the education it was never there. Like they never um actually got to have a conversation with somebody on why this is happening and how you should handle it. And I
Mm-hmm.
think because of that, it kind of carried through until their like veteran years. And then they just kind of have this like bad gray cloud around the whole area.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I think it'd be a great thing to educate the entertainer when she's new. Even if they did like a flyer, like this is happening, this is why we're doing it. It's actually a great thing, and this is why you should be excited about it.
Mm-hmm. And as we did talk about last week, a lot of girls, you will get customers to say, I'm just here for the feature. I'm
Hmm.
just here for that feature. Yeah, and there will be some people there, but you've got so much potential for new customers, for new
Yes.
regulars, things like that. And we won't really go rehash all that. If you want to watch that show, because we went into depth on how you can do that, that is in last week's Strip Club Talk with Jade and Danny. Are you ready? It's
I'm
almost
ready.
Halloween. It's almost Halloween. It's almost
Woo!
Halloween. Okay, so I have worked in the strip club business for 25 years or so, and I have probably worked just about every Halloween of those. And I have seen many, many Halloween nights in bars. And so we're going to talk today about if you are an entertainer and you want to dress up for a Halloween party night, our Halloween theme at your club, what are some of the good ideas and what are some of the bad ideas? I think we
Mhm.
should start off with the bad ideas. Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah, for sure.
What do you think, Jade? Would be some things that you have seen that just you shake your head, you go,
I think one of the ones that sticks out to me, and I can't even remember who it was, so that works out perfectly. So no one will get their feelings hurt. I saw a girl one time as like kind of like a ghoul or like a monster or something creepy, where she had like the latex like warts and like
oh my god,
all
yeah.
kinds. And I'm like, what is happening right now? I could just, I mean, you got to think you're there to make money too, so that could definitely affect the income that night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. I could see that. And
But there are
you
so
know,
many others too.
yeah, I've seen girls like with bloody makeup
Oh
on,
yeah.
and things like that. And you have to realize that, you want to give dances to people that night. And the
Right.
last thing some customer wants
Hmm.
is to get blood and warts on their
Yeah,
clothes.
exactly. Like all the face paint. I get it. Sometimes, it kind of goes with the costume. But you also have to think about what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be sweating? You're going to be going on stage. You're going to be giving lap dances.
Yeah, and the lap dance is the big one. I get the creativity side of it,
Right.
that it takes a lot of work and it's creative, but we're in the strip club business. We're in
Hmm.
the sexy business. And
Exactly.
I think that, and another big mistake I see, and even it doesn't even have to be with the ghoul or the blood or anything, are outfits that are impossible to take off.
Oh my gosh,
Because
yes.
let's remember, you want to do dances. You don't
Yes.
want to take an entire song to get undressed.
Right.
And then, maybe, what's even worse, maybe 3 or 4 songs to put it all back on and get it all adjusted.
Yes. And
You know,
that time is money.
yeah. Oh, exactly. So, anything else on the don't do's?
Um, I would say it's hard to have a costume that requires you to hold a lot of things as well. So, like, if you have this get up that's requiring you to put like a backpack on and like a wand or like, a bunch of different gadgets, like you're mostly naked. You're mostly supposed to just be in an outfit walking around and making money. Next thing you've got things laying around and things you have to take with you to complete your outfit. You don't want to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it just makes it more difficult.
Okay. So now let's take the fun things, the good things, the good
Yes.
ideas. I'm going to go to you first. What do you think are some of the really good, things that are easy to work with, and look good? Go ahead.
I think there are a lot of things. I think especially when you're in our industry, you want to sometimes think about what's going to be appealing to the customer as well. Anything like a sexy cop or like a sexy superhero like Wonder Woman or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, any of the like a maid or a um, fairy or whatever it may be. Something cute, something that doesn't have a lot of work to it, but looks sexy, like a cat or any of that stuff. Like I know
Mm-hmm.
that you can kind of say that, well, those are basic, but I know original is great and all, but sometimes you're dressing up just to be a part of the atmosphere and you want to make sure that you're still able to do what you're there to do.
Mm-hmm. And it's not just really the costume, it's how you play it off. I mean, if you're doing the
Exactly.
maid, you got to have your little feather duster. And then
Right.
you go up and you kind of, dust the guy's, whatever, his
Right.
shoulders or whatever. If you're doing the cop, you definitely, definitely have to have the handcuffs.
Right.
And so I just think that it's how you play it off,
Hmm.
every bit as much as the costume, your props that go with it, and are you working it, and are you playing the part of the bad
Right.
cop,
Getting
good
into
cop?
character. Right.
Yeah, get into character. Yeah.
Yes.
And
I
plus, a lot of those that you mentioned are easy to put on and easy
exactly.
to take off,
Hmm.
so it makes it nice and easy. Trying to think of anything else that just kind of pops to mind. I know I had a whole bunch of ideas, and every year I should probably write down the good and the bad, so then the
You're
following year I
right.
can do that.
I think anything that is like a big actual costume, like anything that's going to like wrap around you or like is bulky, definitely steer clear of that. I know
Yeah.
we already talked about the blood. I had a friend of mine, and I'm sure you'll put that picture up somewhere. But she sent me a
Oh yeah.
costume with a full face mask with like it was the what did I say it was? The purge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so like it's the full face mask, like your face is completely covered, and then it's just like a long t-shirt with like blood. It's like you can't even see your face. You're gonna walk up to the customer and he's gonna be like, "Is she pretty? I can't see underneath that mask."
So what you're saying is, if you're an unattractive girl, maybe that's the better way to go.
Maybe then, maybe then.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, so if your club is having a contest, and it's going to be one of those, a lot of these clubs, they do Halloween contests for the entertainers, some for the staff as well, some for the customers as well. If you're going to do one, and you got to keep all this stuff in mind. I want to get in the costume contest, I want to sell dances, I want to do the whole night. Keeping the fact that you're in a costume, into a costume contest, what would you think about that differently? Would you do something different knowing you're going to be in a costume contest?
Um, I would. I might almost have two costume ideas, wearing one on the night of the contest and the other on the off night, just because sometimes when you're in the contest, you might have more props and you might want to make sure that you're more detailed. Um, and then you could even change out of it after the contest if it's something too much.
Hmm.
But you want to make sure you're thinking about what song you're going to dance to if that's what your club does. You want to make sure that it is, like you said, you're all in character and it's something that is well put together.
Hmm. So for a costume, you're thinking maybe you go out in your regular costume through the night, your sexy costume, and then when it
Hmm.
comes time to contest time, pull out something a little bit more elaborate that everybody hasn't seen. I like that. I
Yeah.
like it. Yeah, I think for me, I've seen these contests, and the one thing that I always like to say is be creative and not
Hmm.
complicated. And really, what I'm talking about, it's not the person. If you're looking at audience response, it's not necessarily the person who put the most work in their outfit. I remember a year in a strip club. It was the year that the Cincinnati Bengals were doing very, very well.
Hmm.
And one of the girls got out there in a Chad Johnson, Chad Ochocinco shirt with little tights on, and she won. And the
Awesome.
reason she won is because the Bengals were popular at the
Right.
time. Everybody
Yeah.
was in this big Houday Nation. It was that one year they did good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I know the other girls, oh, they were fuming. They
Oh
were
yeah.
mad because, man, are you kidding me? All she did was put on a freaking t-shirt and walked
Hmm.
out there and went like this, you know? But I have to tell you, when you're looking at audience response, look at things like that that will get your crowd motivated and screaming. Pick a current event in your area. If you have a good football team, take advantage of it. If you have anything going on in your area that is really, really popular, and not even necessarily in your area, but anything that's hip. I mean, see what's
Right.
trending on
Something's
on
trending. Yeah.
TikTok, see what's trending on Instagram, and sometimes you got to realize that the people that are voting are different ages. Some are
Oh
older,
yeah.
some are younger. So if you go, well, I was going as this one TikTok character. Well, okay, that's great. So all the people 25 and under got who you are, but you
Everybody
know,
else.
I have to have people tell me what they are, and they go, "You don't recognize this?" No, I don't watch movies. I don't
Yeah.
know movie characters, things like that. So again, be creative, not complicated. Think about what's going to get you that most reaction if you're going to do the contest. And something that, a lot of clubs have stages with steps. If you have to walk upstairs to get on that
Hmm.
stage, make sure you can walk upstairs to get
Yes.
on that stage. So,
Oh yeah. Think
uh,
about that.
and all those other things like, you want to avoid all those things like glitter and body oil and body
Hmm.
paint and all that stuff that could possibly get on the pole or get on the stage and make the next
Hmm.
girl fall. Uh,
Right.
and unless that's your competition, you're trying to make her.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't bring that up. Nope, nope, nope. like
So
that
do
movie,
you, what'd
like
you
that
say?
movie Showgirls, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yelp. Okay.
Do you have any ideas what you'll be for Halloween this year?
I don't know yet. I probably I don't even know. I think I'm working that night. So if I do, I mean, this is my shirt I wore one year. We'll trade candy for beer.
Yes. Love it.
Of course, I'm big with Panda, so Professional Adult Nightclub DJ Association. So I've got a Panda Halloween shirt as well.
Okay.
Probably nothing too complicated because if I am up in the booth and running around, it does get hot up there, and it's a little tough. Other Joe and I, Joe, the other DJ there, we talked about wearing like tan T-shirts, and one would have "Dude" on the back, and one would have "Sweet" on the back, a little spin off of the old "Dude, Where's Your Car?"
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
was mine say "Dude"? Was mine say "Sweet"? But I don't think I can talk
Yes.
him into that for some reason. I don't know, but
I do like that one, but I guess you guys really wouldn't have a time too much where you're like standing side by side and you're but
right.
it's still a great idea.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea for two people that are down there, and
Yeah.
and that's the other thing. Some clubs will allow you to do two people in one costume in one
Yeah.
contest, two people as a character.
Hmm.
Obviously, you combine the applause in one group. So
Right.
yeah, so that'd be good. So
Yeah.
what are you guys thinking out there when you're watching this? What kind of ideas are you coming up with for Halloween? Come up with some good ones, leave them in the comments section, and then next week when we do a show, we'll start off doing a recap like we did here today. Sound good?
Yes, sounds great.
Keep watching the show, like, sub, hit the bell, all that stuff, and that way you'll keep up to date on all of our shows. We're gonna talk about in the near future. We're gonna talk about the Christmas holidays coming up,
Mhm.
and whether they are good and whether they're not good, and how to make money and how to really how to make money during the Christmas season, because there are some tips and things that you need to know.
Mhm.
There's things that everybody thinks about on New Year's Eve. Man, I should have done that although during December. So
Mhm.
we'll come up with some of those ideas and bring those up on a future show as well. Sound good?
Yes, stay tuned.
Very much so. Strip Club Talk. That's Jade. I'm Danny. See you next week.
Yeah.